to my new weekend vlog. Been a little busy bee today. I've hoovered downstairs, but I didn't bore you with that because, you know, how many times do you actually need to see me to hoover? I've got another loaf in. I've already made one. This is the second one I've got in here now. I don't know if you can see through the little window. But I'm doing a wholemeal one today. So yeah, there's only 44 minutes left on that one. Look guys, I'll put the bread maker on. So right now I'm just doing a white basic, and here it's doing all the kneading. So I'll show you what it's like when it comes out. So light, it's lovely. It's really nice. So I'm just going to pop into the garden and do a little bit, and it will only be a little bit because of my back still killing, but I'm trying to keep it moving, you know. I've got this little hyacinth here that I got from my online shop, so I'm going to pop it into this little container here. It's like a little bucket, look. Chris just drilled holes in that for me, so I shall find somewhere in a minute where I want to put that. I'll put it there for now. Then what I want to do is, let me turn you around. So I don't know if you remember when I sorted all this out and I planted loads of bulbs, daffodils and tulips, all in pretty patterns, only the next day for Elsie, my little dog, to get in here to dig them all up. So they just got sort of shoved back in randomly and not doing very well. These are very spindly. I don't know if they're going to flower, but we do have one, what do you call it, tulip over there. But I'm going to just rake this over and pop some seeds in for the summer. Right, so now with my rake, I'm just going to very gently sort of irrigate that earth, just to get those little seeds under, just under the top layer a bit. There we go, just like that. This old barbecue here, okay, this one, it still works, but it's rusty. So what we're going to do is clean it out, fill both sides with soil, and that's where I'm going to grow like my lettuce in, that sort of thing, maybe some spring onions, because I think they're less likely to be eaten by the slugs and the snails up there. Made a start, guys, I've made a start. I need to put all this away, and looking around I know where I want to start planting. We're actually going to, let me turn you around, we're actually going to fill this border up with soil and plant into it. Still have pots, but not necessarily in there. Look at the blossom on the plum tree, isn't it beautiful? And then over here, the apple trees are just starting to get some, like, see, the buds have just sort of started coming on the apple tree. There, up there, yeah, they're all just up here. They're just sort of starting to sprout now. So that's good. Was that one there? Yeah, there's one there, just there. I'm going to put strawberries in the strawberry planter, strawberries in the hanging basket. This is all coming down either this week or next week. That's all going to be seeded over there. So that looks a bit better anyway. I'm just going to replace this somewhere, and I think I'm going to pop it over here, just there, next to my Buddha. I'll probably change my mind though. Good morning, my loves. Look at the state of my hair. I haven't even brushed it yet, but we're now on the next day, so it's now Saturday. I thought for dinner tonight I would make a campfire stew. Now this is the recipe from the Pinch of Nom book, but if you want to see me make it, then stay tuned, because I'm going to make it now anyway. If you're not interested, then just fast forward, but I thought I'd make it and you can see exactly what I put in. It's so easy to make. Right, so I've got my slow cooker here. I've got a slow cooker liner in it, and I'm just going to start to chop a couple of onions to put in here. I'm just going to turn it on to high so it starts heating up. Okay, I've got a bag here. Hold on. I've got a bag of kale here. This actually isn't in the recipe, but this was some kale that was fresh and I froze because I didn't want to waste it. So although I'm actually following a recipe, I'm tweaking it quite a lot. So peppers, these were fresh peppers that I froze to save them going off because I wasn't using them at the time. The recipe says put some peppers in, keep some back to add for the last minute, but I'm just putting the whole lot in. Right, now I'm putting in 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, 2 tins of baked beans. I'm actually serving ours with mashed potato that I made a few days back, and I made far too much intentionally so I could freeze it, and then I knew I could pull it out of the freezer and use it whenever I wanted to. So that's what we're having ours with tonight. Right, so now I'm going to put some peel and chop some carrots to go in. Right, so you've just seen me put the carrots, well, I chopped the carrots, I've also chopped some mushrooms and put in. I'll show you what it looks like in the slow cooker for now. Right, so this is what it's looking, this is what it's looking like at the moment. So I need to give this a good old stir, mix everything in, and then put all the seasoning in. Now the recipe does also say kidney beans, it also says celery. I don't have either of those, but I'm going to put some chickpeas in here in a minute. But I'm just going to put the camera down, give this a good mix, and then put all the seasoning in, and I'll show you what I'm putting in for the seasoning. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some pepper, some salt. If you follow the recipe to the T, it gives you exact amounts, as in like teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, etc. I, on the other hand, just throw it all in. Going in with some Worcester sauce now, just as much as you feel you want. There we go. Now I'm going in with some hot pepper sauce, because after all, it's a campfire stew. We like food quite hot, so that's fine. Smoked paprika, again, I don't measure, I just go in with it. Garlic granules, the recipe does say fresh garlic, I didn't have any this time, so some cumin. I think this is the last of my cumin, so I used that up, there's not a lot there. Mixed herbs, I think the recipe gives coriander, but I'm out of it. Crushed chilies, obviously the amount that you and your family like. And then finally in with some tomato puree, like that. I'm just going to give that a mix, and I'll come back and show you when I've mixed it all up. Okay, so as you can see, I've just stirred everything through. I've just added my can of chickpeas to this. Then I've made a little well in the middle here. That is where I'm going to be putting my gammon. So I'm going to pop my gammon in now. What I've actually done as well, you know, I say I tweak this as well, you know, because you can tweak it to however you want it to taste, but I thought I'd have it a little bit more sort of smoky barbecue-y. So I had a little bit of the Heinz barbecue sauce left in the bottle. So I've just added that in, added a little bit of water to the bottle, shook it and popped that in just to use all of it up. And then of course I've got the gammon in here. Right, so the lid is going on and that's just going to be left now until this evening. It takes usually really sort of 6 to 8 hours, something like that. But I'm just gonna, if I find it's cooking too quickly, I'll just turn it down to the medium heat. Then when the gammon is cooked, what you do is you actually shred the gammon with a couple of forks inside of this with all the rest of the ingredients, and then you mix it all together. I'll show you what it's like before I start to shred it a bit later. As I said, you can tweak it to however you want. I mean, the basic recipe is from the Pinch of None book. I will list that down in the description box, but I very rarely, very rarely follow a recipe to the T. I tend to tweak it as much as I can just to get it to your own personal taste. I mean, some things I know you can't tweak, but a lot of things that you do in the slow cooker especially, you can put in all the ingredients that you like, leave out the ones that you don't like. But as I've already said, I'll be back a bit later and I'll show you what it looks like when it's actually cooked.
I've put some stones in the bottom. I've drilled holes, put some stones in to aid drainage. I've also drilled holes up the top of it there and put some stones in so the flower pots will sit there.
So now we've got to decide where we're going to put it.
Now we've got to decide where we're going to put it.
And then we can put the earth in, can't we?
Input the earth in, yeah.
Okay, let's make
I
that
did wonder
decision.
about, we'll put it there.
Put it there, that'd be quite nice, yeah. Right, so coming to the garden now. Chris has just sorted out this old barbecue for me. So we've got some soil in here. I'm just going to put a little bit of fertiliser in and just dig that through. Now I'm going to sow my lettuce. Fertiliser in, and I'm going to pop some carrots and spring onions in here. What are you doing? Right, missus, we put this fence up here because Matilda used to climb this tree. Does that mean that you're going to be doing the same? You're going to try, aren't you? Gosh, it's been a busy day today. I've also made a pineapple upside down cake. I'm not popping it on my weekend vlogs. I'm just going to pop it on a separate video. So if you are interested in going to see that, just look out for that to come. Maybe subscribe, press the notification bell, and then of course you will be notified when it does go live on my channel. So what I've done now, I'm just about to dish the dinner up. So I took the gammon joint out of the slow cooker once it was once it was cooked. Now you can shred it in there, but it was quite a big piece of gammon, and I thought I don't want to waste the whole joint just by having it in with the campfire stew. So I took it out, I cut some off, let that cool down and pop that into the fridge so that we've got it for gammon sandwiches for lunch. Then I shredded the rest of the gammon up, put it all back into the slow cooker, mixed it all the way through. Then I just left the lid off because I wanted it to just thicken up a little bit. So I left it on high, but I took the lid off and it's thickened up beautifully. The noise you're probably hearing whirring around is my microwave. I don't know, I think I might have shared in last weekend's vlog that when I make mashed potato, I tend to make more than I need, just so I can freeze some, pull it out as and when I need it. So that's what I've got in the microwave now. Defrosting is the mashed potato that there you go, that'll be done now. So that's the mashed potato that I froze. So let's dish dinner up, shall we? There's my mashed potato I froze. Give this a nice stir, and this is just going to go into the bowl. I'm going to be serving dinner in bowls tonight. So really this dinner, once you've got all your ingredients together and prepped and you've put them into the slow cooker, and you've got your mashed potato that you did previously, it's a really easy sort of dinner. You know, it kind of cooks itself really, which is good for today because we've been quite busy today in the garden doing this, that and the other, which I'll show you later. Right, so that's in. Get rid of those little bits. This is what the stew is looking like. There is loads here. There's going to be loads left to keep, to either freeze or to put on jacket potatoes or rice or, you know, whatever you choose. So I'm just going to start to dish this up. See all those lovely bits of gammon in there, can't you? Right, there we go, so that's one. It's a really warm, comforting meal and really healthy as well. I mean, this also goes really well with like fresh crusty bread. So if I had made bread in the bread maker and just sort of torn off chunks of bread, that would also have been lovely rather than the potato. And that there, I will probably freeze and we'll have it on top of jacket potatoes. Yeah, it's all done. Now we're just going to go and enjoy our dinner. I'll show you what it looks like all dished up on the worktop. And there you have it, that's what it looks like. Really yummy, wholesome meal. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Right, so we've taken the fence down that was here separating this from the rest of the garden. So we've opened it out. So a bit later on tonight, what we're going to do is just quickly rake it, water it down a little bit, and then put some seed on. So we're going to do that sort of later on in the day. Because as you can see, Teddy's playing in the bamboo there. He's, you know, they're still exploring because they don't really get around there. So they're still exploring that area. So we want to do it when they're less likely to spend as much time doing just what you're seeing Teddy do now. So if we do it later on, like last thing of the day, then yeah, it should be a bit better. But today I'm going to try and tackle some of the honeysuckle there. And I just prune that back a little bit. But my seeds, show you my seeds. Oh, I haven't actually got anything in these pots there. They're just there. But these little trucks here, my twins are now, what are the twins? 32 in September?
Sorry?
I think the twins are 32, aren't they, in September? Yeah. They had this. There was two each of these. They had for their first birthday their first birthdays. So I've hung on to those, and I will be putting like little flowers in there and everything. Can't get rid of them. And the seeds that I planted yesterday, everything's looking fine in here. So I haven't had any birds in here or anything. So that's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the secateurs out and just trim that up a little bit. Because it's starting to flower quite a lot. So, well, not flower, but it's like you've got a lot of foliage on it, and so it's going to have some little berries on soon, and it's going to start to flower. So I need to do that quite quickly. My back is still hurting, so but I'm trying to keep active. I came back downstairs at 1:20 this morning. Couldn't sleep. I was in so much pain. Couldn't get comfortable, and it's sort of like more on my hips at the moment. But I'm trying to keep active, and then I can sit down for a bit, but I'm just trying to go with it at the moment. But yeah, welcome to Sunday, guys. Anyway, I didn't say that, did I? I'll see you in a bit. Oh, we've got another loaf in the bread maker. Honestly, we're loving it. I'll show you when it comes out of the bread maker. Just thought I'd show you how I do my tomato plants. I literally get a pot with soil in it, and as you can see here, I just take tomato. These are the slices that I've taken them from, and then I've got one more that I want to put in. Where has it gone? Or is it in here already? 6 slices of tomato, and just literally just pop them into your pot like that. Cover them with the soil like this, and then give them a water. And then leave them, and then every single seed that's in each slice of tomato will produce its own plant, and then you can just sort of prick them out and transplant them into their individual pots. So yeah, I'm just going to water that down, and then that's going to go outside. I'm just about to do some lunch now. I'm just going to do some hot dogs, but not with the Frankfurter sausages, because I don't like those. So just like the ordinary sausages, you know. So I'm just going to chop some onions, fry some onions off. Been busy bee in the garden. Done loads. I planted some mint as well. Done quite a lot of stuff. And then I look out and I think, oh, I should have done that. I'm going to make some new bunting for the garden this year as well. Turn the tap off now because it's making a noise. I've got sausages in the air fryer, so I'm just going to chop my onions up now. And my loaf of bread is looking amazing. Can't wait until it's finished. I'll show you. It looks lovely. The best I've made, I think. I've got my onions in frying now. If they're going to go in with they're going in with the sausages, so just let those fry down, break down nicely. The sausages are in here in the air fryer, look. For dinner tonight, we're having a large prawn cocktail, so we're going to have it made up exactly as a prawn cocktail. I've got a combination of king prawns and then just the ordinary sized prawns here. I'm going to make big bowls with obviously the iceberg at the bottom, iceberg lettuce and the salad and everything. Make the sauce, and then we're going to have it with chunky bread from the bread that I've just cooked. So we're looking forward to that. So rather than, we're not going for the typical Sunday roast today, we're having this. So just having hot dogs as say for lunch, and then this is going to be for our evening meal, and I'll cook the beef another day in the week. Yeah, the other thing I tell you whilst I'm doing these hot dogs is I make my own, you know, like the mustard sauce that you have for your hot dogs. Well, I make my own. It is so easy. It's literally English mustard and mayo. And the good thing about making this is you can make as you know, as much or as little as you want to make. You haven't got it in the fridge and then end up throwing it if you haven't used it all. And also you can make the strength, you know, exactly to your own taste as regards to the mustard. I'll show you how I do it. It's so easy. So you literally just take your mayonnaise and you put in there as much as you feel you're going to need for, you know, it depends on how many there are of you. I've just put 3 of these spoonfuls in. Then with your English mustard, as I say, as strong or as weak, We quite like the taste of it being quite strong, so I'm putting 2 great big teaspoons in for now. I'm just going to mix it up. So it looks like that at the moment, and literally just mix it up. And as I say, you can have it as strong or, you know, as more of a weak flavour as you want to, but that's what it looks like. It looks exactly the same as the stuff that you get out of those squeezy bottles. There we go. Let me taste. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Might just take that last little bit of mustard off that spoon. Perfecto. And there you go then. This is how you make your mustard sauce that you put on top of either your hamburgers, your beef burgers, or your hot dogs. Yum, yum, yum. There you go, there's our hot dogs for lunch with the homemade mustard sauce. So the bread's ready to come out, so let's open the lid. Oh, that does look good. That looks amazing. Let's take it out. Twist it. And out it comes. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that loaf. Just look at this loaf. Is that not brilliant or not? Crusty. Oh, it is a spectacular one, this one. This one has done really well. So good. Yum, yum. Do you know what? I'm so pleased with that loaf. That's the best one yet. Really is. I'm kind of getting to grips with the recipe now and everything. So, and like where I've got to level off my spoons. So I think I've really cracked it now to get a loaf like that. So good. Hi my loves, I thought I'd quickly show you our prawn cocktail tonight. I thought I'd just pop on to end this weekend vlog. As you can see, I'm in the bedroom laying on the bed. My back has been killing me today. I think this weekend, once again, I've overdone it. I really do, I think, need to have a good 24 hours resting and not sort of doing anything to give it a little chance to heal. I don't know, I really don't know, but I thought I'd come on just to end, as I say, this vlog and to wish you well. Make sure that you all stay nice and safe, and I'll talk to you all in my next video. Till then, my lovely, stay safe everyone, won't you? See you soon. Bye bye.